this, but just making sure, just making sure that you're moving at your own pace today. I know we talked about last week what happens when we do some of that retest, whether it's a rotation or arms overhead or something of that, and it actually gets worse for you. I want you to walk it back a little bit. So I want you to either move slower or do less reps. So just kind of let's walk it back first if you find that your retest is actually getting worse. And then as always, if we're doing anything that starts to make you dizzy or nauseous at any point, slow down. That's not a bad thing. It means you've kind of met your limit and your boundary. But slow down, take a break. You can close your eyes, you can grab some water, and then you can return to whatever it is that we're doing. So making sure you're taking care of yourself and moving at a pace that is good for you. Alrighty. So we'll slip the socks and the shoes off if that is safe and accessible for you to do. And then we'll find a seated position. We'll close the eyes if that feels right. And let's start from a body scan, starting at the very top of our head. So working our way down over the face and just noticing if there's any tension or pain, or if something feels good and loose this morning. Working your way down your neck, the tops of the shoulders, all the way out through your arms and your hands. Noticing if there's any sensations or different sensations in your hands today. And then moving down your chest and your back and your stomach area. And if you can feel and sense into your hips and your legs, just noticing if anything is talking to you in that area. Down the thighs, the knees, the calves, and then the feet. I'm going to have you set your intention for class today. Let's take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. All right, we're going to start with some of our body tapping here. So fingertips are going to come to just below the collarbones. You're just finding a gentle tap all the way across the chest in that area. Remember, this is one of our nervous system calming methods that we can use. Then you're going to come down to the stomach and you're going to draw a clockwise circle, rubbing your stomach. Good. And we're going to do something a little different. You're going to find your rib cage. So whether you're gripping it with your hands or you're just using your knuckles, and I want you to trace your rib cage from the front, the very front of the body where you feel like your ribs are coming together, all the way in the back. Okay, so you might have to lean forward if you're seated in a chair. So you're kind of trying to carve out your rib cage. This is really gentle, it's not anything too much. We're just waking that area up. And as you're doing this, I just want you to sense into your breath. Nice, slow breathing. You're noticing maybe, does it feel a little sticky or stuck on one side, like there's no give, like my hands aren't able to tuck under the ribs? So just maybe a place to give a little extra love too. So you're just tracing that rib cage. Okay? And then I want you to come to your hips. So hands on the hips or knuckles on the hips. And you're going to do the same thing. So I'm tracing my hips, the top of my hips, forward. And I'm not going to come all the way forward, but I'm just going to start at the side and I'm going to trace it all the way back behind me. So doing the self-touch where we're tracing the bones is another really good way to increase proprioception and to begin to really understand, oh, this is where my pelvis is. This is how far my pelvis is away from my ribs. This is the shape of my ribs. So just tracing all of those areas, noticing if there's stickiness in there. Okay, great. And then we'll sit with that just for a sec. Breathe into that. Notice if anything has changed for you. Okay, and we're going to bring our hands to just around the collarbones. And I'm just going to start, both of my hands are on top of each other and I'm tractioning that skin down. And I'm going to look up, slide the lower jaw forward. And then I'm going to tuck that chin in and look down. I'm going to move my hands over to the right. This time I'm going to look up and to the left, tractioning that skin and tissue down. Start gentle here because this can get intense quickly, or maybe that's just me. And then tuck your chin down. And then bring your hands over to the left collarbone. Look up and to the right. Noticing if there's a difference between sides. You can slide your lower jaw forward if you need more of a stretch there. And back to the center, chin comes down. Let's do one more of those each way. So traction straight down, look straight up. Hands to the right, look up and to the left. And then look down. Hands to the left, look up to the right. And then straight down. Good. Let the arms go. If you're able to grab a chair or a wheel or something under you, try to grab that. If not, I just want you to traction your fingers down like you're trying to reach for the ground, but stay upright. You're going to tilt your head to the right. Tilt your head to the left. Tilt to the right. And tilt to the left. And then just bring that right into a full head circle roll all the way around. Take this first one slowly, looking up, tilting, and looking down. When you've done 2 or 3 circles, go ahead and switch directions. All the way around. Okay, great. We're going to bring the hands to the ears, to the very tops of the ears. Yeah, if grip is kind of hard here, you can just use your knuckles to kind of traction your ears up. Otherwise you're going to grab your ears, and again, this is very gentle. This is not a hard pull. You're going to pull your ears up towards the ceiling. Yeah. Then grab the back part of your ears. Pull your ears back behind you. You'll know when to stop. Grab your earlobes, pull down and out at an angle. So I'm pulling my right earlobe out into the right and my left earlobe out into the left. Yeah. And then I'm just going to grab anywhere on my ears and I'm going to gently move my ears in a circle. So again, this is one of the ones that helps stimulate a couple of our cranial nerves. Can increase our sensory input going to our brain, switching directions. Yep. And then I want you to give yourself a head massage. So if you've got nails and if you're able to, you're going to kind of scratch your head. Otherwise, you're just going to give that scalp a nice knuckle rub. Notice the areas of your scalp that don't move as much. Some areas of your scalp might move more than other parts. Believe it or not, we actually have fascia, which is connective tissue, that runs all up and over our scalp. So releasing this area can release tension in other parts of our body. The scalp is often one place we always forget to give a little bit of love to. Okay, great. Go ahead and just take a break from that. Notice how the face and the scalp is feeling right now. Yeah. And then we'll continue with our body tapping. So we're going to come to the chest, working our way, start on whatever side you'd like, working our way down the inside of the arm and up the outside of the arm. I'm going to use kind of a rubbing motion today, down the inside of the arm. You can tap, you can rub, you can knock up the outside. And last one, down the inside. Make sure you're getting the fingers and up the outside. Good, shake that arm out. Let's get the armpit, tapping around the armpit. We've got a lot of nerves that run through the armpit, so we just want to be kind of gentle here also. And then we'll come across the chest, working our way down the inside of the other arm, maybe giving the hands a rub, and then up the outside. Down the inside, and up the outside. One more. Down the inside, and up the outside. We'll give the armpit a little bit of love. Okay, great. We'll come to the back, and we'll just give the kidneys a little bit of a knock. So just, again, very gentle here. The kidneys don't need to be, don't need anything too aggressive, just a gentle little tap tap. And then we'll work down the outside of the hips, all the way to the feet. If your socks are off, give the feet a little bit of rub, and then you'll be working up the inside of the leg. Down the outside of the leg. I feel like rubbing today instead of tapping. And then, down the outside, up the inside. I keep switching that. Last one. Down the outside. And up the inside. Good. Okay, coming to the feet, to give the feet a little bit of love. You can stand as you are. I'm just going to show you my foot. So if you've got socks and shoes on, I'm just going to have you start with the ankle. The ankle is a really, really important joint. We've got a lot of things going on there. So you're just going to use your knuckles or your hands to rub all the way around that ankle. If you do have your socks and shoes off, you can find that bottle cap twist with each toe, working your way down, giving maybe 5 or 6 twists of each toe. You can rub the arch out and the top of the foot, and then we'll switch sides. Same thing on this side, rubbing the ankle or working your way through the toes. Giving that bottle cap twist. Yeah. Maybe rubbing out the arch of the foot, the top of the foot. Okay. And then coming back to an upright position, and we'll come to the hands here. So knuckles or open hands will be rubbing together. Let's start stirring up a little bit of heat and warmth. Okay, and then we'll find that bottle cap twist with the fingers now. So I'm grabbing one thumb and I'm just gently twisting back and forth. If grip is hard here, remember that can also just be a knuckle rub around the thumb. Going to the pointer finger and working your way down, maybe 5 or 6 twists on each finger. Getting your way through. Coming to the other side. And maybe not forgetting to get the webbing in between the fingers. If you're able to, if your hand can open and you can give a little bit of a rub to the webbing in between, then that kind of feels nice too. It almost feels like you're giving your fingers a little bit more of a stretch. Yep. Okay, good. If you can interlace the fingers, we'll interlace. Otherwise, your hands will just be like this. Yeah. For those of you that have interlaced fingers, you're going to find a wave For those of you who don't have interlaced fingers, sorry, you're just gonna go like this. You're gonna pretend your hands are interlaced, but you're just doing the same thing. Really moving from the wrists and the fingers if you're able to. Yep, now switch directions with that wave. Yeah. And if you're able to, I want you to shake the water off of your hands, flick the water off of your hands. Otherwise, you're just trying to open and close your hands. And if that's hard, you're just going to do that movement from your wrists forward and back. Yep. Okay, good. And now everybody, I'm going to have everyone make fists. This is the puppet show now. And start to do a circle with that fist. My elbows are bent. They can be straight if you want. And then switch direction. Okay, and now can your fists go in the same direction? Bringing a little bit of coordination into this. And then switch there. Good, and then shake the hands out. Bring the knuckles together. Yeah, so this is kind of what I call an opposite prayer position. And you're trying to just lightly pull your wrists up towards you. You're only going to pull up as much as you can where you feel the stretch. And then I'm going to come to a prayer position, palms together or knuckles together. And I'm going to traction down. So I'm getting that opposite stretch down. Knuckles together, pull up. Palms together, pull down. Yep, and just oscillate back and forth between that. Knuckles together, traction up. Palms together, traction down. Awesome. Okay, do one more wrist shake here. And we'll do a few elbow circles, so circling the hands around the elbows. And we were playing last time with, back up a little bit, doing this. I think I had you holding your ball. Okay, so I'm going to have you grab, you can grab whatever you want. You can even grab a phone or something because that's flat, or a wallet, or you can just grab that ball you have by you. Yep, we'll just start on one side here. So I'm holding the ball, elbows bent, holding the ball by my ear. I'm going to take that ball and thread it behind me like I'm trying to pass that ball to someone behind me. And then I'm going to bring it around. My palm is up towards the sky the entire time. And then I bring it around. I pass it under my shoulder, back behind me, like I'm doing a baton pass off. And then I bring it up and over, circling it around my head. Bring the ball behind you and in front. So the goal here is to keep your palm up towards the ceiling the whole time. So we're just getting shoulder internal and external rotation here, but it's a kind of a fun way of doing it because you're trying to keep that object facing up towards the sky. Good, and we'll switch sides. What can be really challenging, if any of you have a yoga block or something where you can't grip it, so it's just resting on your knuckles or on your palm, almost like you're a waitress and you're trying to keep all of the glasses upright. Yeah, so if you've got something where you want to make that more challenging, you can do that. I'm just going to stay with the ball for now. Okay, going over to the other hand, circling it around your head, passing it back behind you, and then circling around. Oops, back behind you, and circle. Yeah, really trying to get that movement in your shoulder and in your elbow, but we're really focusing on the shoulder joint for this one. Yeah, that looks really good, everybody. That's great. Last one here. Alrighty, we'll put that object down. Got back to a seated position here. Alright, we're gonna push the hands forward in front of us and start to articulate all the way down. So I'm going to have you come all the way down to the floor If your hands could touch the floor, awesome. Otherwise, as close to the floor as you can get. And then you're going to roll yourself back up, trying to articulate one vertebra up at a time. Yeah. Hands come behind you. If you can interlace the fingers, and traction your arms back and down towards the floor. Otherwise, you're just trying to squeeze the palms as close together as you can. Arms come out in front of you, chin to chest, chest to ribs. Find that slow, heavy roll down. If you're standing, you're just doing the same thing. You're just doing it from a standing position. And then slowly articulate back up. Bring the arms behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the arms together. Arms in front, articulate down, rolling up, and arms squeezing behind you. Awesome. Okay, arms are going to come to the chest, so we'll cross both arms over the chest. We're doing this so we're really focusing on your spine as opposed to your arms here. I'm going to have you turn and look as far over your right shoulder as you can, and then come back to the center. Inhale to rotate, and exhale center. Yep, inhale, rotate, and exhale center. So your hips should continue to stay pointing forward. This is just coming from your ribs, from your thoracic vertebra here. Do a couple more. Inhale to rotate, exhale center. Last one. Inhale, rotate, and exhale center. Good, coming all the way back to the center. Let's see, I'm gonna have, let's take right arm overhead, reaching up towards the sky as high as you can. You're gonna rotate to the right, and then you're gonna reach to the left. Sorry, am I saying this right? I'm sorry. Your right arm is up, you rotate to the left, and then I want you to reach to the left as far as you can. If you need to hold on to your chair, anything, you can do that. And then you're gonna come all the way back to the center. Left arm reaches up, rotate, and then reach to the left like you're trying to reach something on a shelf as far as you can. And then back to the center. I'm getting my rights and my lefts mixed up today, but I think you all know what I mean. Other hand goes up, rotate first, and then reach. Reach, reach, reach. That's it. And back to the center. Hand up, rotate, reach to the side, and center. Two more. Hand up, rotate, reach, and center. Hand up, rotate, reach. Okay, good. So you're going to take your hands. We're going to do one more brain game before we move on. You're going to take your arms and you're going to cross them over. So my arms are straight in front of me and you're going to cross them over each other. Okay, and then you're going to turn so the palms are facing in. And then you're going to bring your, if you can interlace your fingers, you're going to interlace your fingers. Otherwise, you're just in this twisted pretzel shape. Yes. Just want to make sure everybody's got that. If that's kind of hard for your hands to do, you're just going to stay in this position where your arms are crossed straight out in front of you. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to tuck those arms into your chest and rest them on your chest. Okay. So the point of this is to connect the two sides of your brain a little bit more. So I'm just going to have you hold that. Yep, I'm just looking at everybody one more time. That's good. Keep whatever hand position you're holding. I'm going to have you keep your eyes directly in front of you. So your eyes are going to stay focused on something in front of you. And we're just going to move the spine in a circle. So I point my chest down. I lean to the right. I point my chest up at the sky. Lean left. Point it down, lean right, point up. Inhale to lift, exhale to circle down. Inhale to circle up, exhale to circle down. Switch directions, make sure, so I just wasn't doing this, but make sure your eyes are focused in front of you. I don't want to work the vestibular system quite yet. I just want to move your spine and challenge your brain. So if you're getting dizzy, go ahead and take a break. but I should be focused ahead of you. Okay, now come back to the center and hold. Okay, can you wiggle your right index finger? Can you wiggle your left index finger? Can you wiggle your right pinky and your left pinky? Can you wiggle your right thumb and your left thumb? So this might be challenging for some of you because all of a sudden your right hand is on the left side of your body. Yeah. Can you wiggle the entire right hand, all of the fingers on the right hand? Maybe all of the fingers on the left hand. And if that's hard, I just want you to be wiggling your wrist. Yeah, good. Go ahead and unfold your arms, shake the hands out. Okay, awesome. All righty. So let's start with a test retest here. So we'll just walk through these. We're gonna start doing our test retest fewer times throughout the course of the class so we can get a few more things in here. So I'm just gonna have you start with that overhead arm raise. So just a reminder for maybe some of you that are new joining us this morning, we do our test retest to focus on, okay, how is my range of motion? How is my speed? How is the ease of this movement? How's my breath? Is one side better than the other side? So you're just taking notes right now, and we're going to see if these movements get better through class. We forgot to do it in the very beginning, but that's okay. Good. Let's do our shoulder internal and external rotation. Whenever I do this one, so right now I'm just pivoting my hands around my elbows like a goalpost or a scarecrow position. Whenever I do this one, I actually look from left to right. I'm like, okay, it looks like my left is getting a little bit further. So if you need to look at your arms as you're doing this, or if you need to do this in front of a mirror, then go for it. Okay, good. Hands can come down. So we'll do cervical rotation. So just moving your head as far to the right as you can, and then as far to the left as you can. As a reminder here, for those of you with the fusion through your cervical vertebra, maybe you'll skip this one. For those of you with fusions through your thoracic or lumbar vertebra, you know who you are, then we'll skip the thoracic rotation one. Yeah, so just be mindful of that. Okay, hands come together. We'll rotate one way, and we'll rotate the other way. So just testing, noticing this range of motion, noticing how easy or smooth or not easy or not smooth this might feel this morning. If you're a standing athlete, you can be doing squats, you can be doing a hip hinge. If you're on the floor, or if you're a standing athlete, you could be doing push-ups, or you could be doing bridges. Okay, so any one of those things will work. Alrighty, so I'm gonna have everybody grab their ball or their ball-like object of some shape. Yeah, awesome. Okay, and we're gonna play letter ball here. So if you've been with me for the past few weeks and you know what letter ball is, you can go right into it. I'm just gonna continue to explain it because I know we've got new people on here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so some of you are jumping right into it, great. Okay, so I want you holding that ball, and I want you to bring it into your chest, and then move it around you. So the goal every time is for your head and your neck and your eyes to follow that ball wherever you place it. Bring it back into your chest to reset after each one. So the goal is to bring it in a 360 angle around me, but I'm varying where I put it. So I put it up above me, I put it down to my right, over to my left. And each time I bring it out into a certain position, my eyes and my head turn to look at it, and I'm gonna say that letter or that number aloud. E, C, G. We're gonna be doing this one for about 5 minutes, so pace yourself here. If you don't have letters or numbers on your ball, then you're just going to be pinpointing your eyes on a very specific place on the ball. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily say anything, but I want your eyes to really find a specific point on the ball each time you bring it away from the body. If you're able to play catch with yourself, you can play catch with yourself. So every time you catch it, stop the ball exactly where it lands, and then you read the number. 3, 1, 1, okay? If you've got a partner, you can play catch with the partner. If you've got a wall or something in front of you that you can throw the ball off of, you can play that with yourself there also. And I want your eyes and your head to reset every time you pull it into your chest. So you read it, you pull it into your chest. You read it, you pull it into your chest. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm just going to watch people here. Yeah. Make sure you're trying to get it in all of the areas around your body. Yeah, that looks really good, everybody. Nice. Nice, Patty. Yeah, Lana, that's good. Mm-hmm. And just as a side note too, if one of your hands can hold the object and one of your hands can't hold the object, use that hand, use the hand that can grab the object to move the ball, and maybe use your hand, just your hand, look at your thumbnail so you can move that hand to the other side. Because I know for some of you, grip is much easier on one side than the other. So if you need to use your hand as the object, you can do that too. Or your thumbnail or something like that. Yeah, nice, Leslie. Yeah. Okay, good. Everybody pause for just a sec. I'm gonna layer on and we're gonna do 2 more rounds of this. I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. If you've got letters and numbers on your ball, okay, so some of you don't, and that's okay. You'll just keep doing what we were doing. If you've got letters or numbers, when you see a letter, let's see, I want you to lift your right elbow up towards the ceiling. So just a quick little elbow up towards the ceiling. When you see a number, I want you to lift the left elbow up towards your ceiling. So the goal of this, we started this last week, the goal of this is for your brain to make a quick split-second decision and make a movement based on that quick decision. So it's just about your brain speed, okay? So and then if you don't have letters or numbers, don't worry about it. Just keep playing the normal letter ball. Okay, so maybe do 1 or 2 more minutes where you're doing it based off of the actual letters and numbers that you're seeing. So, oh gosh, what did I say? A right elbow for a number, is that what I said? And then a left elbow for a letter. Let's just stay with that. Right elbow number, left elbow letter. And if I switched it on you, I'm sorry. Yeah, just gonna watch people here. Yeah, and just as reminders for this one, so this is really good for eye tracking. For those of you who can't see, you're still doing the same movement because it's good for your head and your neck to follow something. Also good for the torso and the shoulders. Yeah, and it helps with the actual muscles in your eyes. So believe it or not, we have muscles around our eyeballs that move it in all of the directions. So it's really good for those muscles too. It can help increase our range of motion for how far we can see up or down or to the side. So this one can be really helpful for that. Yeah, good. Right elbow number, left elbow letter. Maybe do 10 or so more throws here. When you've done those 10 or so throws, go in and put that object down. Okay, we'll take a break here. And then let's just go right into our retest. So we can start with arms coming up overhead. Noticing any difference from the first time, range of motion, speed, ease of movement, smoothness, pain, whatever it is that you've been tracking. And we'll try shoulder internal and external rotation. And then we'll do cervical rotation, so just moving the head side to side. Excuse me. Okay, and then hands together and rotating to the right and rotating to the left. And if you're a standing athlete, maybe you're doing squats or push-ups or bridges on the floor. Yeah. Thanks, Cynthia. I just gotta bless you. Okay, can I have a thumb reading of it got better, up, it stayed the same side, or it got worse, down? Okay. Just looking at everybody. Okay, mainly up with some side thumbs. Okay, good. Everybody relax. Awesome. Okay. Just want to do a little bit more spinal mobility in between here. So we're going to find a rib translation. So arms are going to come out to the side, palms facing down. Okay, so remember with the rib translation, we're gliding the ribs to the left and the right. It's a small movement, it's not very big, but I'm trying to keep my ribs and my shoulders parallel with the floor. So I'm not tipping over into a side bend, I'm just gliding the ribs one way and then the other. This is also really good for our organs. It's good for our diaphragm. Yep, just gliding back and forth. Good, so now you glide to the left and hold. Now you're gonna side bend over to the left and then come all the way back to the center. Translate to the right, side bend to the right. And center, yep. Translate left, side bend to the left, and center, translate right, side bend right. Let's do one more each way. Translate left, side bend left, and center, translate right, and side bend right. And center. Good. You're going to lean forward. Let's see, and you can actually use, if you want to use a table or a chair in front of you, you can do that. You can also use your lat. If you're able to, you can even come all the way down to the floor. I'm just going to show you the version from your lat. You're going to take, leaving your left hand on your leg, you're going to bring your right hand up towards the ceiling. And then bring it back to the center. And then right hand on your leg, left hand up toward the ceiling. If you're not able to rotate like this, I'm just gonna have you do it from your neck. So if you've got a fusion in the middle of your spine, you'll maybe just do this one from your neck. Right hand reaches up, leave your eyes on your hand. And then left hand reaches up, eyes on the hand. Okay. I'm going to add on here. So right hand reaches up. Now I want you to sit upright and reach that hand up all the way tall to the ceiling. So now I'm just seated upright, my hand is tall. And I'm going to lean forward again and come back down. Bring the hand back down. Left hand up to the ceiling. Follow the hand with your body, coming all the way upright, reaching as high as you can. Keep your eye on that hand as you come back down. Bring the hand back in. Yep. Right hand up. Follow that hand up towards the sky, sitting upright. Come back to a bent over position and down. Left hand up to the ceiling. Follow that hand up. And then back down and bring it back in. Let's just do one more time each side. This is kind of a modified version of what we call a Turkish get-up. Eyes on the hand, back in. Left hand up towards the ceiling. Come to a seated upright position, facing forward, yep. Back down to a bent over position, bring the hand in, and then sit all the way up. Awesome, alrighty. I'm gonna have you grab your pencil. We're gonna do converging. And then, so I can try not to miss anything here. Okay, we'll do converging and one more after that, and then we'll start our cool down here. So looking right at the tip of the pencil, holding an arm's distance in front of you. And I want that tip of the pencil to fall right in between your two eyes. Okay, you're slowly gonna start to bring that tip of the pencil in until you see two pencils. If you don't see two pencils, bring it all the way in so that pencil taps the nose, and then slowly bring it away from you. So you're either stopping when you see two pencils or when that pencil taps the nose, and then you pull it away from you. So this is something called eye converging. It's working on your eyes, being able to track an object as it comes at you or moves around you. It can also help with reading. It can help with driving. And I'm just gonna watch people here. And noticing how far away that pencil is from your face when you start to see double. Is it 4 inches? Is it 2 inches away? Is it a centimeter away? Over time, we want to make that distance shorter and shorter. That's the goal for this one. Okay, if you find that you've gotten dizzy or uncomfortable with this one in the past, let's not use the word uncomfortable. If you've gotten dizzy or nauseous, this one will feel uncomfortable for your eyes. It should feel like your eyes are straining. That's okay. But if you get dizzy, stop and take a break and maybe do less reps than you did last week. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're still going, do maybe 2 or 3 more. And I always forget to say this, but next time we do this, I'm gonna have those of you with glasses most likely remove your glasses. Help remind me if I forget that next week. It's totally fine with glasses, but we get more out of this practice when we do it without glasses. If you can still see the tip of the pencil, and that might vary for everybody. Okay, good. All right, go ahead and relax. Let's just try a quick retest here. So we can do arms up overhead. We can do shoulder internal, external rotation. Yeah. Rotating down and up. We can do that cervical rotation, head moving left to right. We can do thoracic rotation, hands together as the body moves left to right. Ooh, that one got better for me. Okay. We can do, how I forgot, push-ups or squats or hip hinges if you're a standing athlete. I'm gonna have you grab that pencil one more time. We're just gonna do one more here. This is gonna be for your vestibular system. This is called your VOR, or your vestibulo-ocular reflex, okay? So you're gonna be holding that pencil out in front of you. Eyes are gonna stay locked on the tip of that pencil, and you're gonna start to move your head left to right. I'm moving it left to right as quickly as I can, while I can keep my eyes focused on that pencil. So I'm moving it as quick and as big of a movement as I can, but only where my eyes can stay locked on my pencil. For those of you who are unable to see, I'm just gonna have you hold that pencil out in front of you, and you're gonna move your body with your pencil in a really big circle around you. So your head, so this is more for gaze stabilization and head and neck stabilization. So you're moving that pencil in a big circle around you, and your nose and your eyes basically stay locked with that pencil. Hang on, so that's the modification for those of you who are blind or visually impaired. Otherwise, you're going to be doing this shaking of the head side to side. Yeah. So two different versions for this one. But I like how some people jumped right into that. That's great. Okay, same rules apply. If you get dizzy, back off. Now I want you to move your head in an up and down direction. Keep your eyes on the tip of that pencil. If you've got effusion, you might have to move your body more than your head is moving, so listen to what's going on with your body. Yep. And if you get dizzy, back off. Okay, everyone go ahead and relax. That looked really good. That looked really good, everyone. We can set that pencil down. We'll come back to a seated position here. Yeah, making sure everybody's with me still. Good. We'll close the eyes if that feels right. And then we're going to find that body scan one more time. So starting at the top of our head, working our way down through the face and the jaw and the neck, and your shoulders out through your arms and hands, out through your chest, back, stomach, torso. And then noticing any sensations, if you're able to, down through your hips, your legs, your feet. Noticing just in general how your breath and your nervous system feel. I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Just as a reminder before I forget, so these classes are offered free through BORP. Wow, say that 5 times fast. But we are accepting donations. The donations are definitely helping us provide these classes and keep these classes alive. Sarah Dawn just posted a link in the chat box if you'd like to make a donation, however small or not small the donation is, so you can follow that link if you'd like to. Anything is much appreciated, so thank you so much in advance. If you've got any questions, let me know. Actually, can I get one more thumb reading? We didn't do a retest, but just in terms of how the body is feeling, maybe compared to the beginning of class, maybe a thumbs up, a side thumb, or a down thumb. Yeah, don't worry, no wrong answer here. There's no wrong answer. Yeah, because some of this stuff can really throw people for a loop, so I'm